What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. I am a yoga and barre instructor as well as an occupational therapy student, and I am so glad you are here to practice with me today. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. It helps my channel a whole lot, and then you get to stay in the know with all the yoga and barre goodness. Class today, super excited about it. It is a bedtime yoga class that you can actually do in your bed. This is a practice that you can do like when you're done with your workday and you're ready to kind of wind down for the evening. You can also do this right before you go to sleep, right? I think that sometimes just doing some gentle stretching right before bed is a really nice way to tell your body and your brain that like, okay, it's time to take it down a couple notches. So I recommend that you put on some comfy clothes, get a couple pillows, feel free to use a yoga bolster, and if you are doing this in bed, great, you got plenty of pillows to use. Once you have all the things that you need, I will meet you on your mat. Hi everybody, let's go ahead and get started. So if you are in bed, you can be sitting on a pillow. I'm using a yoga bolster here or a yoga block. If you are going to do the sequence in bed, just make sure you have maybe like a yoga mat's worth of space to do it on. But finding your comfortable seated position here, letting the hips really anchor down into your support. Feeling the shoulders stack over the hips, the crown of the head, open up towards the sky. Maybe you close your eyes here as you start to get really settled in. If it feels comfortable for you, option to lay a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly to offer yourself some support. And let's begin to let go of your day, grounding into this space with a cleansing breath in through your nose, filling up. Open mouth, exhale, sighing your air out, letting something go. Good, breathing in, soften the belly, fill up. Open mouth, exhale. And just taking a moment, seal your lips, steadying your breath. And welcoming yourself into the space. One more inhale through your nose. Lips sealed, exhale through your nose. Blink your eyes open and let's get started. So we're actually going to open with a little bit of self-massage, showing ourselves some love. So taking the right hand, you're just going to begin to massage the palm of the right hand with your left thumb, really using some broad, firm strokes with the pad of the left thumb. Yeah, our hands and wrists can hold a lot of tension. And then starting to give some squeezes to the right thumb, just kind of traveling up the thumb to the index finger, middle finger, and squeezes to the ring finger, right, traveling up the finger, and to the pinky finger. Good, then going back one more time over the palm, again using kind of that broad stroke here, taking whatever pressure feels comfortable for you. And then we'll take your whole hand to give some firm squeezes traveling up the forearm. Some squeezes traveling up the upper arm, also kind of saying hello to the deltoids. And then using the pads of your fingers, just giving some gentle massage to your upper traps, the top of the shoulders, which can become very tight. And then maybe that massage begins to travel up to the side of your neck. You can also kind of get behind the neck here. And then going back down again to the trap. Maybe you're kind of using your hand to give yourself some squeezes here as well. Then traveling back down the upper arm, the forearm, and the hand. Good, and then giving yourself a couple sweeps with your left hand, we will change sides. So now using your right thumb, just delivering some broad circular strokes to the palm of the left hand. Yeah, I can kind of like guide the thumb over the knuckles, maybe the meaty part of the thumb. Then delivering some squeezes to the fingers, right? The thumb, index, middle, squeezing up the ring finger, pinky finger. Going back one more time to the palm. I know, breathing with it, right? We can really hold a lot of tension in the entirety of the upper extremity. So then just delivering, right, some squeezes now, traveling up your arm, taking your time until you reach the upper trap, right? Giving yourself maybe some circular motions here with the pads of the fingers and letting yourself go towards the side of the neck, the back of the neck. Just noticing, right, where you're holding tension, sending love towards yourself as you wind down your day. And then we'll travel back down the upper arm, down the forearm, and the hand. Couple sweeps down the arm using the right hand. Good, so now I want your right hand to come across to the left thigh, and then your left arm will cross over the right arm. Draw your chin to your chest, round your upper back forward, really breathing into the upper back and feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. And then taking your time, you'll begin to travel your arms along the sides of your body, almost like you're taking off your shirt. Slowly reaching the arms overhead until your hands can clasp the outsides of your elbows, and then hold this position here, breathing. I really want you to hug the upper outer arms in. Root your tailbone down as you lengthen between your shoulder blades. Find some space in the back of your neck and relax the front of your throat. Find a big inhale here. Good, and then as you exhale, release your hands. Begin to bend your elbows like a W shape. Pull your elbows slowly towards your hips. Nice. And we'll do that on the other side. So left hand goes to the right thigh, right arm crosses on top, round the chin towards your chest, round the upper back as well, and feeling that stretch across the upper back, that stretch between the shoulder blades as they dome away from each other. And then as you're ready, beginning to travel the hands, the arms along the side of the body. It's that taking off the shirt motion until your arms reach overhead and then opposite hand to opposite elbow. I gently want you to feel your elbows like kind of press into the hands. Lift the spine up tall, especially the space between your shoulder blades here. Relaxing the front of your throat. Good, so breathing in. As you exhale, slowly release the hands from the elbows, finding that W shape, like you're sliding your arms down a wall. And letting that go. Very good. Take an inhale here, reaching the arms up nice and easy. As you exhale, bring your left hand to right knee, finding a twist. Your right hand can just rest down behind you. Letting this twist be really gentle. Allowing the breath to slow down, unwinding tension from your day. Slowly coming back to center, inhale, arms up. Exhale, finding a twist to the left. Right hand rests on the left knee. Allow the shoulders to roll down as your collarbone gets broad here. Sending your breath all throughout the torso, in between the ribs. Slowly coming back to center. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, letting the hands float down. And now this will kind of be up to you. So feel free to do this next pose seated on your prop. You can also do it just seated on the mat. Send your right leg out to the side, so on like a 45-degree diagonal. Then your left foot will come to the inside of your right thigh. Right forearm will rest on the ground. And take an inhale to find a side bend over to the right. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Really feeling the side seam of your torso expand and dropping your breath all the way down into your lower back, the back of the waist. Slowly come up, taking your time. You'll turn your torso to face the right leg and walking that out into a gentle fold. Hug the outside of your right hip back, gently inviting the spine to lengthen over the right leg. Breathing space into the back of the right leg here too. Slowly coming up, taking your time here. And then we will change it out. So again, you have the option to sit on the pillow, maybe do this on your surface. The left leg will go out 45 degrees. Right foot will come to the left thigh. Left forearm comes to the ground as you take a big inhale, finding that side bend, reaching the right arm towards your ear. Feel a connection of your right hip sinking into the floor. And really allowing the base of the heart to rotate upwards away from the ground as you lengthen the upper back. Slowly coming up. Turn to face the left thigh now, and then once again walking that out into a fold. Keep drawing the left hip crease back and feel the left quad ignite here, like you could lift your kneecap towards the left hip crease. And let's take about 2 more deep breaths here. Slowly walking it back up. You can now set your prop aside or clear out some space because we will meet in a tabletop position. So as you're ready, you will be coming onto all fours, hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Let's inhale to find a cow pose. So lift the chest, lift the tailbone, just a couple breaths, scrolling the shoulders together and down your back, press your heart away from the ground. Finding a cat pose here as you exhale, round through the spine, drop your head down. Good, let's inhale, cow pose, lift the heart, lift the tail. Exhale, cat, round and curl. We'll add on and move into a rib circle. So let's start to push the ribs to the right, move through a cat back, pushing the ribs to the left, and then moving through a cow. So starting to smooth out that movement here, making a big circle with the rib cage. Keep breathing really steady in your breath. Yeah, maybe the head gets involved here. And then changing directions, moving in that big rib cage circle the other way. Again, you can really let like the head and neck go here. Opening space between the ribs, letting the spine find some fluid movement. And let's just do one more big, easy circle here before finding your stillness. Awesome. So now from that tabletop position, I want you to just start to scooch the knees back. And then you'll step the right foot outside the right hand, sliding the left knee back even more to find, people might call this a runner's lunge or a lizard pose. I know I want my bolster here, so feel free to grab maybe a couple pillows, again, especially if you are doing this on your bed, You got some pillows on standby. You can also pick up your right foot with your right hand to help it come forward. You want your foot either directly underneath the ankle, directly underneath the knee, or maybe forward of the knee. You just don't really want the knee pushing past the ankle a ton here. So you can use the pillow underneath the back knee. I have my bolster underneath my forearms. And just let yourself take a nice deep inhale here. Big exhale. Really starting to settle in to this deep hip opener. You might feel some sensation through the right inner groin, inner thigh, the left inner groin, as well as the left hip flexor. Let's go for about 2 more deep breaths here. And then taking your time, slowly place the hands back underneath the shoulders. If you had lowered down onto the forearms. And then we'll gently press back into your tabletop. Big toes touch, finding child's pose here. Let your hips come all the way back to your heels, reaching forward through your arms. Letting the head become totally heavy. Softening the forehead, the temples, your jaw. And then shifting back through your tabletop. So we can do that on the other side. So now your left foot will start to step forward, right? You can always use the hand, pick up your foot, scooch it forward. Your right knee will start to scooch back. You can use your hands on the ground. Maybe your hands are resting on the pillow. Feel free to take that down to your forearms. So you can see that I have my support underneath my arms, but you can also do this with a pillow underneath your back knee. Settling into this shape with a full inhale and easy exhale. And as you breathe here, as you shed tension, continue to let go of your day, whatever stress you might be still carrying with you. Softening and releasing. And now coming back onto your hands. And one more time, coming back into your child's pose, letting the big toes touch, opening your knees. Invite space in between your vertebrae, in between your ribs. See if the breath can slow down even more here. And just taking about 2 more slow breaths here. And then staying in child's pose. So keep your head heavy. Let's begin to walk your fingers over to the right to find a side stretch. The left hand can come on top of the right hand. Really sink the left hip towards the left heel, opening space. And then coming back through center, walking the hands to the left. Maybe the right hand rests on top of the left. connecting the right hip towards the right heel. Coming back through center, right? Keep the head heavy and relaxed. Now let's try to walk your fingers a little farther forward, sinking the hips a little farther back, and rolling it up. Okay, friends, we're gonna take it onto our backs. Woohoo. I always get a little excited whenever the yoga teacher says, let's lay down. Favorite part of the day, right here. Okay, so on your back, feet flat on the floor. Let's goalpost the arms. I want you to bump your hips a little bit to the right. And then with your knees bent, you can go ahead, drop the knees to the left. Maybe you turn your gaze to the right here. Feel free to rest your left hand on the right thigh. Just finding a nice gentle twist, helping you to release the back. Letting the right shoulder head and the right shoulder blade become a little heavier here, softening down. So now as you come back through center, you'll center your hips, and I want you to step your feet to the edges of your mat, or if you're in bed, the feet are just going to kind of step wide outside the frame of your body. Flexing the right foot, you're going to let the right thigh drop towards the midline of your body, and then the left thigh will drop in as well. So the left thigh is like resting on top of the right thigh and giving it some assist with some internal rotation here. Flexing the right foot, that's going to help you protect the knee. If you're feeling some sharpness in the knee, just back off from it a little bit. Then take your time. You're going to walk your feet back to center, and we'll find a figure 4 stretch. Cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. And then option to interlace your hands behind your left thigh and guiding that shape in. Again, that flex in the right foot, that will help you protect your right knee. Arch your tailbone towards the ground here. Feeling the shoulders sink down into the surface beneath you. You'll slowly release, unwind the legs. Bring your arms back into that goalpost shape to find that twist on the other side. Hips bump to the left and knees drop to the right. Let the gaze turn to the left here as well. Feel the space between your shoulder blades get broad and soft. Just really allowing the weight of your body to surrender into gravity here. And now as you come back to center, recenter the hips. Once again, you're going to step your feet out either to the edges of your mat or outside the frame of your body. Let your left thigh drop towards the center, and then your right thigh will come in too, but resting on top of the left. So it's just a little bit of internal rotation, and you're kind of giving yourself a self-assist. And again, having those feet flexed, no sickling in the ankles, that's going to help to protect the knee joint. Slowly coming back through center to find figure 4 stretch on the left. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Option to keep your foot flat on the ground or hands interlaced behind the right thigh. Arch your tailbone towards the floor. Unsickling the left ankle. Maybe you're pressing the left thigh a little more away from you, finding that deeper external rotation here in the stretch. And finding one more inhale here. Exhale, we'll release in a happy baby. Separate your knees to the outsides of your ribs. Reach in between your knees. I'm holding on to the outsides of my calves. You can also hold behind the thighs. Maybe find the outsides of the feet here. Really press the glutes and low back towards the floor as your feet stamp towards the ceiling. Soften the belly here. Really taking a full big inhale here. Easy exhale, release the knees, and then hug your knees to your chest. Can lift the forehead to the knees, maybe wrapping your forearms around your shins. Yeah, giving yourself that hug, that embrace, breathing in. Big exhale, releasing into Shavasana. Shavasana party. All right, so if you are in bed, feel free to just turn off this video, go to sleep, have a great sleep. If you want to take a Shavasana, get as comfortable as possible here. I am placing my bolster underneath my knees, so maybe you get a couple pillows under the knees, making sure the arms are out by your sides, palms facing up. Letting the back of the hips become heavy, softening the belly, softening the space around the heart, the jaw, the cheeks, the forehead, melting any furrows, feeling the back of the skull resting heavy. Really sensing yourself as totally supported, relaxing more and more. Shavasana is where I leave you. Take as much time as you need. Thank you so much for investing in yourself. Thank you so much for letting me guide your practice. It is a true privilege and honor. Feel free to join your hands together in prayer, thumbs unite between your brows, third eye center. Soften the belly, cleansing breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Enjoy your rest. Thank you again so much. I'll see you next time.